Hi, it's Art again for another smart home video. And today we were looking at Xiaomi's Mi Smart Speaker that is powered by Google Assistant. Is it worth it? How the speaker held up after a few months? Let's find out. And if you're into smart home and tech in general, a like and sub is greatly appreciated. So I got this smart speaker for about 2,000 Philippine pesos, which is about 40 to 45 US dollars from a local Xiaomi store. Not a bad deal if we compare that to other Google Assistant speakers like Nest Mini from Google or Lenovo Smart Clock Essential. On the box, you will see the branding and some of the things that your Google Assistant can do. At the back, it has the list of specs, and on the other side, it displays the basic functionality this device offers. After you take it out of the box, the first thing you notice is the size. The box is too big for the speaker. Xiaomi just basically wasted a ton of space in their packaging, but in front, you will be greeted with a metal grille that occupies most space for the speaker. It reminds me of the Sonos One speakers. If there's no branding in front where you see this logo, you will mistakenly think it's the same device, kinda. On the bottom, it has this rubber feet that gives enough resistance from sliding. We will not go deeper into the specs, I will list them right here. What's important, I think, is the quality. Like any other Google Assistant powered speakers, you just need to download the Google Home app, turn on your phone's or tablet's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. After you plug your smart speaker, wait until the ring on top lights up, then just simply follow the on-screen instructions and you're good to go. On top, it has this capacitive touch controls. The usual, I should say, your volume controls on the far side and the play and pause button. To mute your assistant is in the middle. The controls for me is okay. Why it's okay and not the best, you might ask? First, if you are concerned about privacy and you don't want anything listening to you all the time, smart speakers are not for you. But having a physical switch to mute and unmute the microphone is for me a bonus. Unlike my other Google Assistant speakers where it has a physical switch at the back if you don't want the speaker to listen to you. But for me, it's really not big of a deal, but worth noting. Always listening speakers are what separates a smart speaker to just a typical speaker that we used to have. Whenever you tap the mute switch, it will light up orange on the LED ring. Aside from the mute switch, the play and pause together with the volume keys is not reliable, especially if you're in a hurry. Tapping the buttons sometimes didn't work. I had a couple missed taps just to change the volume. And the only response you will receive is the beep notification that you will hear on the speaker whenever you're changing the volume. Aside from that, you just need to try playing it again and see if it did change. And for the play and pause switch, I accidentally tapped the mute instead of the play button. But after a few attempts, you will get used to it. I never missed any taps like after a week or so. Please bear in mind that the light indicator that tells you which is the mute and the play button is not that bright when it comes to voice recognition. It captures my voice very well, even I am across the room until I permanently move it from the bedroom to our living room. Well, all smart speakers we have has the same issue. I think the issue is the ceiling. Having a ceiling that's too high may cause the voice to distort a bit. I guess that's why those speakers had so much issue responding. I tried placing the speaker to the kitchen and it responds pretty quick. Now talking about the sound quality, at first I was kinda disappointed. I just thought that it will blow me away when I played bass heavy songs. Well, it did after I tweaked some of the settings in the Google Home app. All I did is to max out the bass and oh boy, it did sound well. It actually sounded great. I even played it on max volume compared to the other smart speakers we have. Only downside I experienced is when I tried connecting to the TV through Bluetooth. Even at max volume, TV's built-in speaker is way louder than the speaker. Maybe if I pair two of these to make it a stereo speaker, that will do the trick. But right now, playing songs and listening to podcasts is just perfect. I had so much fun playing around with this smart speaker. It's loud, not to the point that the highs are crashing, but it just sounds perfect. Vocals and podcast are clear. Voice command is kind of fair. Just be mindful wherever you placed it. Avoid high ceilings and hallways. And since this speaker is not portable, that means it should be plugged in all the time. If you tried holding it after being plugged in for quite some time, the speaker's back has this warm feeling. I don't know if it's because of its power supply, but just to let you know, it warms up after owning one for about over a year now. Is this speaker for you? Like what I mentioned earlier, if you're in a tight budget that has some priorities, don't buy this. But if you're in a market of a good speaker and powered by Google Assistant, this is a good choice. Especially if you're a fan of listening to music or podcasts. This is Art Gonzales again. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.